You definitely haven't seen everything in Digital Circus because I found deleted scenes from the pilot and trailer. That will definitely make you wonder if this is horror. Scenes that raise questions about whether everything is as rosy in this circus as they want to show us. Watch until the end to see everything that is not available to the average viewer. Hello friends, you're on the channel. Subscribe to the channel and press the like button under the video to speed up the release of the next video. And let's go. This series blew up the internet with just one episode of The Raft and created a huge fan base around it. But since this is 3D animation, of course there are moments that did not make it into the series and remained behind the scenes. The show looks amazing, it's bright and interesting, and leaves behind a very dark aftertaste because it contains a lot underlying context. Those pieces that didn't make it into the final version of the series look very dark and creepy. They make you wonder if this is horror and what's going on with the characters behind the scenes. Let's still look at those fragments that did not pass the selection and remained in the drafts. We are shown a rainbow screensaver in which we are shown all the characters and partly told what is happening in the circus. But what if I told you that the original screensaver was different in both music and lyrics? The visual part is not particularly different from the final version, but the text deserves a separate analysis. Let's take a look at early version of the intro.
Gangle and Super and Giga too, Radical and Jax and endless couple. Many wonders can be found. Send you spinning round and round until you fly to the moon and then the sun and you don't know why. La, 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 la. You won't believe your eyes. Prepare for a surprise. Don't touch that door. There's so much more. You don't know what's in store. Watch out for
The music is very different from the final version. The original intro sounds very fun and playful, as if we were about to watch some kind of children's show. Such a childish, cheerful, mischievous voice sings this song, as if nothing strange was happening at all. Earlier version sounds jazzier and less fun. It harks back more to late-night shows for older audiences. And although I personally like the earlier version better, I still think that the final version is more suitable in mood to the show itself. It is not tense and easy as the circus wants to seem, and therefore is more suitable than the first version. Also, at the moment where objects are spinning, there is no glitch, as there is in the original. The text continues without repetition, but says that everything is repeated. In the original version, there was a deliberate glitch in the words about repetition in order to immediately show us what we are dealing with. Look for yourself.
Day after day after day after day after.
many wonders can be found. Send you spinning round and round.
In the first version of the intro, there are 2 additional lines. Don't rush through that door, there is so much more. You don't know what's in store. And then we get a warning that gets cut out because Pomni pushes other characters. Warning says look out, but for what we don't know. In the original, we do not hear the last lines, but simply hear the music, which is cut off when Pomni crashes into the characters due to a fallen flower. Perhaps we are talking about the very door that Pomni later entered to find a way out. And the warning that we don't know what is there refers to the fact that void awaits us at the end. Final version was voiced by Liz Robinette, and the earlier version was voiced by Kevin Temmer. As I already said, I like the first version better. It is more pleasant to the ear. But the most suitable one still turned out to be the one that you and I hear. Now let's move on to the visual part. We have a lot of concept photos and early 3D models of the characters, and some of them look pretty weird. For example, Gangle. She is already sad and without a mask of joy. So there is this photograph of the Gangle standing in front of the mirror, surrounded by many broken masks of joy. It's easy to assume that after all, her real face is sad, and she puts on a mask of joy only for the intro, because the other members of the Digital Circus already know what kind of girl she really is and she doesn't need to hide it from them. We haven't yet seen Gangle in the joyful mask outside the cutscene, and when it breaks, she says that her mask broke again. And in this photo, you can see that there are a lot of broken masks. So I think it's safe to say that this will continue throughout the show. She will break her mask in the early stages of the episode and walk around sad for the rest of the time. Here is the concept of Jax. Nothing strange happens to him, but in this photo, something happened. I can't imagine under what circumstances such an error occurred, but it looks pretty creepy. And here's another mistake with the regatta. Also a very creepy shot, and I can't understand at all at what stage it happened. These photos are of course creepy, but at the beginning I was talking about horror. And even though these photos don't look normal, this photo of Pomni evokes some unpleasant emotions. How did it happen? Why is it like this? Pomni in this photo, it looks especially creepy, and it's generally not clear under what circumstances it happened. Perhaps this is the moment of the appearance of Pomni when she just gets into the circus and for a split second such a monster appears. There is also a photograph of the first 3D model in which she is crucified on the cross. It also doesn't look very nice, and even though Gooseworks said that she was joking like that, I think this picture could upset or even offend many believers. But all these are still flowers compared to this frame. Imagine you are watching a new series. Everything is fine. You like it. There comes a moment when Pomni goes to the mirror to see herself for the first time, and something like this appears. Stopped at the right moment and spotted a screamer on the screen. Or let's imagine that she's looking in the mirror. She still can't get used to her new look and body. Then she moves away from the mirror and this appears there. It sounds like a new plot for creepypasta. We already have similar stories about characters from other cartoons, for example about Sonic or Garfield. Now you can make a scary story about the amazing digital circus. And finally, we have an early concept for digital circus lands. We've already seen this. Kane showed us. A big tent in which the characters live and in which he arranges big adventures for me. An amusement park and a large lake. In the final version, little has changed, but we can see that the lake in which you can drown is very different. It's not even about the small boat that turned into a big ship, but because there is no slide in the concept. Also a small house there that is not in the final version. Perhaps they will reveal its secret to us later and some NPC will live there who will be important in the plot. Or maybe there will be nothing there, and this house will remain a concept. By the way, Gooseworks posts all these concepts on Twitter and on the Discord server, so if you want to follow the development of the circus, you can subscribe to them or watch my videos in which I will tell you all this. Write in the comments what you think about these concepts and which version of the screensaver you like best. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you don't miss the next video about the amazing digital circus.